Well, friends, it's time to say hooray. India could be the fastest growing economy as per the newspaper. We are very soon going to surpass China with a continuous sustained growth of GDP of around 7%. So, as per the information from the Harvard Center for International Development, India by 2024 is going to be among the top countries with a sustainable growth of more than 7%. So, as projected, India is going to have GDP of around 6.98% till 2024, followed by Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, and Egypt. So, it's not only about the sustained GDP that is going to be there till 2024 and that we are going to surpass China. This is old news, but what has come up is also the fact that India is now at the position of 42 with respect to complexity index. So there is one new index that is called economic complexity index. So India is at 42nd place, and this means that we are having diversified kind of products and services. Our manpower technology is complex and diversified in a way that we can sustain all kind of hiccups or turbulence with respect to global economy. As already seen, Europe went into recession. USA, as of now, when Central Bank of US has raised rate by 25 basis, America and Europe were struggling, but India came out of it. Even with respect to emerging economies, India is ahead of them, and very soon it's going to head of China as well. So it's not only about taking over China, it's about now the question is to maintain sustained growth till 2024 so that a lot of Indians can get employment at home. When Europe went into recession, India was looking for new markets. So they have made inroads into Africa and other economies of the world so that their export can rise or sustain at that level. Though the share of Indian economy in the global trade is just 1%, but we still realize that we have a lot of demand at home, and this is one of the biggest positive factor. China, after having a good growth in GDP for a continuous 2 decades, is now struggling. And it is said that China could slow to 4.3%, as said by Harvard Center for International Development. So, lesson learned from China is that one should not focus only at one place, that is manufacturing, but one should have a diversified kind of export and a complex kind of economy. As the paper reads, along with growth projections, Center for International Development at Harvard released a new country ranking in 2014, that is Economic Complexity Index, which incorporates data stretching back to 1962. And this places India at 42 place and there has been improvement of 5 positions since then. Already in the world we have complex economies, and the rankings continue to, it says the rankings continue to see Japan, Germany, Switzerland leading the table, while UK, US and France at 10th, 13th and 16th place. Now, as you've seen, the crude oil has gone down, so countries like Venezuela and Russia have faced a lot of problems. So India is comparatively better placed in this regard. So the message is, now India should continue with the made in India policy, that is to have a lot of manufacturing, but we should focus on all areas of our economy like medical tourism. Since I am a doctor, so I always say medical tourism first, because India has a lot of potential. We have so many doctors who have caliber, intelligence, skills and talent like the international doctors. We have now a big chain of corporate hospitals in India, and Delhi is now the medical hub. Besides medical tourism, we should encourage tourism in general. So we have always been saying Atithi Deva Bhava, that means the guest is like a god. So the tourism is one of the best areas where we can, and we have a lot of potential. Similarly, jewelry export of refinery products, export of services. So India is now one of the back-end offices of the Europe and America. We have a lot of talented English speaking pool. We should also concentrate on high skilled areas, like ISRO has been now launching satellites, so we should encourage that. We are already making use of it. Now it's a commercial unit of India. Now India is making a lot of efforts with respect to defense productions. Salute to Prime Minister Modi, who has been to Russia. Now the chances, as it looks like, are that India is going to produce a lot of defense equipments, not only for ourselves. We can even export defense equipments to friendly nations, or those nations who use the defense equipments for defense only and are peaceful countries. We can also concentrate on infrastructure. We have very good companies with respect to infrastructure. India itself needs a lot of improvement in infrastructure, so they can get a lot of jobs at home. And we have the best talents with respect to Delhi Metro and so many other infrastructure companies, not to name.